I grew up here. I'm every
Grew up here?
Pretty.
Like the whole like.
Shit!
In there, hey!
We're about to head into Sydney's most violent alleyway. For the prep of this video, I actually gave myself a black eye so that we can blend in. You might be wondering, why the hell are you dressed like this? That won't help you blend in. But buddy, you don't know the law. You don't know the law. This is peak for blending in. Dude, Ali, give me that free Heineken. I'll actually just preface it while we're walking. We're gonna head to Chinatown, get a good feed, maybe a beer, but if not, we'll get a beer later. I think just a bit of B-roll of walking. Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop a mustache. For you?
So here we are in Chinatown. We're just gonna get a quick feed before we go to the notorious spot we're about to head to. And that spot is the Rocks. Chinese people actually used to live in the Rocks before they're like, okay, it's a shithole, so then they came down to Haymarket area.
We're in a Haymarket currently at a little dumpling Chinese food spot, trying the local cuisine. And basically a little bit about the Rocks is that in Britain, they had the overflowing prisons, which had way too many people within the prison. What they were doing is actually shipping them back over here. The Rocks from day one was the side like all the convicts went to. So it wasn't like necessarily spread out too much. It was like, this is where they're going.
So funnily enough, a British official in 1837 said it makes London's worst slum look like a paradise. That's crazy. And by the 1870s, all the wealthy people had left from the Rocks area. It was pure slum. There was drinking, there was gambling, there was prostitution, there was blood sport, dog fighting, cockfighting, bare knuckle fighting, everything under the sun, robberies, murder. It was a trash spot. So that's where we're gonna be next. And yeah, cue the transition.
What's in there? Oh, it's just your hand. No food? A little bit of food in there? Hey, hey, come on. Come on. Yeah! This guy approached you out of nowhere and said, could I get your number? I think you're really pretty.
Like the whole like.
Stick thing? It's a tick, it's a tick. He's got autism.
I take any number that comes like any opportunity.
Hey, that can be misinterpreted in a bad sense because there's a light comes on when you film. So I'm just wearing it.
Can I speak to me? I'm filming now.
So there's no light.
I can see a light.
I'm entering the Suez Canal now. You can barely fit 2 people at this entrance. This is where the notorious gang, the Rocks Push, operated, which is why I'm dressed like this.
Dude, this is so tough.
This is kind of what they used to look like. They used to wear bell-bottom pants. They used to wear these real Aussie-looking hats. And this is why I'm dressed the way I'm dressed. with this weird little short tie. This alleyway used to go all the way down to the harbour. And people would dump stuff here, and when it rained, it washed all the way down into the harbour because they didn't have a sewerage system yet. What would happen is the Rocks Push gang would hire donners, prostitutes, get them to go down to the docks when new boats would arrive. Sailors would hop out of the boats. They'd just been sailing for months. You know, these sailors, huge sex drives, cashed up because they just got paid for months worth of work. The sailors want a bit of action, right? Donners brought them up here, and this was at between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. The donners would stand against the wall, the sailor up against them. The Rocks Push gang, they would have a razor blade in their hat and in their boot. They would come up from behind, they would slice, they would kick the back of his heel. They would just kick the Achilles tendon, cut it in half. They can't run away now. Sometimes they would grab the hat and slice his throat as well. Other times they would have a sock full of wet sand and beat the living out of the bloke until he was unconscious or dead. Then they grabbed his purse, they grabbed his pay. He just got paid like for 3 months worth of work. They would give a little bit to the donor and take the rest for themselves. We're just gonna reenact what it was like. So stand against the wall quick. Thank you, thank you. Genuinely one of Sydney's most violent alleyways if you were here in the 1890s. It's as they say, you can barely fit even two men down the end there. Can't even fit together. I mean, you saw the video of this wide unit, block of a unit try and fit through the end there. This was a historically dangerous place to be.
Don't come here. Don't do it. Don't come here. Donna gonna get you. Don't come here.
Dude, the prostitute's gonna lure you in and they're gonna get you killed.
Dude, me when the prostitute lures me to the Suez Canal and I get stabbed in the Achilles and my throat and get everything taken from me.
Get your sailors cut your 3 months worth of pay and you die. Your family never knows what happened to you. They dump you down into the harbour and then the workers in the morning come and find you. You guys can just pose like that.
Hi vlog.
Yeah.
How are we?
Good. If you go a little bit up there, it's one of the most dangerous alleyways, one of the most violent alleyways in Sydney.
Hey,
it's not cap.
I grew up here. I know every
You grew up
alleyway.
here? No, not in the 1890s. Then you would know.
Oh, you got it now?
You're gonna have to do it again, bro. You're gonna have to destroy your car for it. Really glad I could film this video with big bloke Oliver over here, because every time we walk throughout the city, I'm always in awe of some of the really old buildings that we walk past, some of the dates that I see, and it just makes me wonder about a time that has passed and that is completely gone and erased.
If you take a step back and you think about it, many people walk through here countless times and they don't think twice. They think old building, whatever, and they might even be somewhat appalled by the sight. They like the new modern architecture, but you take a couple seconds, we took, brief moments just to look into a bit of the history to the places we're going, and it's absolutely fascinating, and there's intrigue, I believe, for all sorts of different people. We walk through the Suez Canal, the Hero of Waterloo, and it takes you back for a second, almost gives you a strange, different pathway feeling of nostalgia.
And it's crazy for us, especially to look at. In the 60s, this just would have been, whatever, we're a modern society, but it's really crazy for us to look at in this society because we have such quick and instant access to everything, communication, and we can see everything, but we don't see what's around us. And we don't see where we came from. People are so forward thinking. Look, I would argue it's not really good to be very reminiscent, because then you end up in your own head. It's better to be in the present moment and to think a little bit forward so that you can actually plan your life properly. Because when you're outside of these deep thinking moments, life just takes over again. But it's good to just pause for a second and check everything out, because there's so much that still exists here from a world that was completely different, a world that was much, much slower, and a world that was much, much more connected.
Mm-hmm.